Um, I'm here to talk about. Well, I got some information I want to share with you, ladies, about love and relationships. First off, ain't nothing wrong with falling in love at first sight. I honestly believe in love at first sight because sometimes that ends up being the long-term relationships that you really want and need. But what can make a relationship go sour is when a woman lets everybody into her relationship, like venting to the wrong people, venting about things that goes on in your circle. Okay, the definition of a circle is something that's either well-rounded, solid together. But inside the circle is you, your relationship, your kids, anything you got going on within you inside your circle and your relationship. So basically, don't nothing supposed to break inside of that circle but what you have going on. Nothing should go outside of that circle. It's like a wall. You cannot put your personal business outside of this circle because it's going to be problems and everyone's going to know about your relationship. So basically, like, if you feel like you want a strong relationship and you want it to hold together, it's not about being a down ass chick. It's about loyalty. I honestly believe in loyalty over love. Really, you can't have one without the other one because it's all wrapped in together. But I believe in loyalty over love because if you have a loyal relationship, can't nothing break it. I mean, can't nothing break it. Won't no one know what's going on inside your relationship but you and your lover. Insecurities becomes when insecurity is a self thing. It's not because someone did something to you. It's because of your own thinking. It's because if you think your man's out there cheating, you're thinking in your own head that you really want to cheat yourself. That means like you have eyes for other things if you're insecure. If you're going around nagging and talking about females and he coming at you talking about are you talking to this nigga, it's because he's probably out there talking to females and it's probably because you're talking to other dudes. Even if it's not intentionally, it's probably like just flirting. It still brings insecurities. 9 times out of 10, when a woman feel like a man is flirting too much, she is flirting herself. She's out flirting. I don't care if you're married, engaged, or what. It still happens. It happens to the best of us. Cause like, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody really human enough to admit in a relationship their wrongdoing because they feel like it's gonna make things worse. But when you're honest, it brings more respect to who you with, and it gives you a personality on how to look at that person with a simple type of respect. Be like, oh, okay, well at least you're being honest about what you like and how you feel. Some women would take a whole relationship and hold so much in from a last relationship, and it can ruin a relationship. For instance, you had a boyfriend, he fucked you over, you been through hell with him. You meet a new guy, he's special. Maybe he got some things going on in his life that he's working on, but at the same time, he's into you. The things that he's going through in his life shouldn't even matter if he's into you. That means don't nothing else matter if he's into you. He wants to give you his time and space. Vice versa, a woman. She could have just got out of a crazy relationship, but she's into a guy. She's feeling this guy. I honestly believe in love at first sight because I experienced this. And the thing about that is, women do not bring your old problems into a new relationship. It could hinder you from knowing what real love feels like. It's like a hinder you putting on yourself. I understand most women have kids, they are picky about who they bring their kids around. It takes a little time for that, and us men have to respect the fact. But if you can meet or somewhere, y'all keep spending time until y'all work that in. But sometimes men get pushed away by that. Some men feel like if they like you, they like you. If they want to be with you, they want to be with you. Men are way different from women. Women take steps, men just step in. It's just that simple. So basically, I honestly feel like if you're in a relationship and you have single friends, it's going to always be a problem with your man because you have single friends, because single friends do single things and they have single outcomes. And it's the reason why they're single, because they can't find what they're looking for. Either they're running what they're looking for away. And it always brings problems. So never let a single woman tell you about your relationship or what you should do about your husband or boyfriend. Never let them tell you, give you advice on that, because they're single. They're single for a reason. You should never let them conversate about your relationship because they don't have their own relationship to conversate about. So basically, if they can't respect that and let them stay in their lane, it is what it is. You might have to push yourself away from them, because most women will try to influence you to do other things if you're single. Be like, okay, girl, it's just for one night. Okay, girl, it's just shit. He ain't around. When it's wrong. Those are the type of friends you really don't need to be around. And if you're telling them about your sex life, 9 times out of 10, they want to see what your sex life is like. If you bragging about your man to your single friend, 9 times out of 10, it's on her mind to see what it is so good that you're talking about to your single friend. Because she's single. She doesn't have anyone. She maybe go home alone or with different type of people. She probably got a phone full of boo junts. And it's okay to her. In some form of fashion, it's okay to date different guys. It's okay to probably sleep around to a single woman. Most single women have standards until they find what they want. Don't get me wrong. I don't have nothing against that. But at the end of the day, she goes home to her man. You go home to what you're settling for. So I honestly encourage a woman not to take advice from a single person. Some men say they're single when they're not. Some men admit that they're in a relationship but still want to do other things. Some men are just homebodies. On the other hand, some men are not homebodies, but they know what they have at home. So it's a difference. If you're gonna love somebody, learn with that. Love without wanting anything in return. That's real love. Love comes with sacrifices. Sometimes you have to give up things for love. Sometimes you have to let people go around you because of who you love. And if you love in the right way, it's going to come with struggles. Love comes with patience. You have to be patient, because when you're struggling, no matter how hard you want to back out of a relationship, you have to stay to show that person that you care and that you're responsible for their heart. Not only are you responsible for their heart, because they're responsible for yours. It's like a two-way street. And if you have kids in a relationship, and if this man wants to deal with your kids, let him deal with your kids. If you have a man that feels like it's a problem with your kids, you really don't need to be with that man, because those kids come with you. It's a package deal. You don't have to be in a relationship with someone you have kids by, because if it didn't work out, it just didn't work out. 9 times out of 10, you probably tried a million times to work it out with this person, and it just wasn't clicking. It's like two magnets that won't stick together. Some things people won't understand when kids are involved. But just be careful about what you're choosing to do in these relationships. Because relationships can not only fail, they can make you a failure. They can make you bitter. But if you love the right way, if you're sticking by a person through no matter what, and no matter what y'all been through, matter of fact, if you've been with a person over 2 or 3 years, it's about time that you get married and go on do it the right way. Be husband and wife. Because long as you're not husband and wife, you're not tied down to nothing. You don't have a bond. But I encourage, if you're making this step, if it's in the process of you making it, make this step. Don't rush it. Don't fight it either. It's okay for a woman to ask a man to marry her. It's okay for a man to ask a woman. It's vice versa. It's a two-way street. Love has no limit, but it all happens at the right time. It's Breathe the Breed. I'm all the way out.